is a forest in a quiet area where people love to hike during the day. The trees are tall, the air is fresh, and everything looks peaceful. But the locals always give the same warning. Leave before sunset, because anyone who stays in that forest after dark never comes back the same. A few years ago, 4 friends decided to visit this forest. Their names were Alex, Ryan, Mark, and Daniel. They had heard the strange stories from the local villagers, but they didn't believe them. To them, it sounded like a simple myth, just a story to scare tourists. So they made a plan. They would enter the forest in the afternoon and stay there until night. They wanted to prove that nothing strange really happened. At around 3 p.m., they entered the forest. The sunlight passed through the tall trees. Birds were singing. Everything felt normal. They walked deeper and deeper into the forest. After an hour, they reached a small open area. There was a broken wooden sign there. The sign had only a few words left on it. Leave before sunset. The friends laughed. Ryan joked, "Looks like someone really wants people to leave." They decided that would be the perfect place to camp. As evening approached, the forest slowly became quiet. The birds stopped singing. The wind disappeared. Even the insects stopped making noise. Alex noticed something strange. "It's too quiet," he said, but the others ignored him. Soon the sun began to set. The sky turned orange and red. And then darkness slowly filled the forest. That was when things started to feel wrong. Mark suddenly looked at his watch. "Guys, look at this," he said. The time was 7:12 p.m, but his watch had stopped moving. Then Ryan checked his phone. No signal, no internet, and the time was frozen there too. Daniel tried turning on his flashlight. The light flickered strangely. The forest around them looked darker than normal, almost like the darkness was thicker. Then they heard something. A sound of footsteps, slow footsteps, coming from somewhere deep between the trees. The friends froze. "Is someone there?" Alex shouted. No answer, but the footsteps continued. Step, step, step. They were getting closer. Ryan pointed his flashlight toward the trees. For a brief moment, they saw something moving between the shadows. A tall, dark shape, standing very still, watching them. Then suddenly, it disappeared. The friends were terrified now. "We need to leave," Daniel said. They packed their bags quickly and started walking back the way they came. But after 10 minutes, they realized something strange. They had returned to the same broken sign again. Leave before sunset. Ryan looked confused. "That's impossible," he said. "We walked straight. They tried another direction. But again, they came back to the same place. The forest was trapping them." Then the footsteps returned. But this time, they were everywhere. Behind them, beside them, between the trees, and the strange dark shapes started appearing again. Watching them silently, Alex shouted, "Run!" The 4 friends ran through the forest as fast as they could. Branches scratched their arms. Their flashlights shook in the darkness. Finally, after what felt like hours, they saw lights in the distance. It was the road outside the forest. They ran toward it. When they reached the road, the sky was bright again. Morning sunlight filled the air. Cars were passing by. The friends looked at each other in shock. They had entered the forest in the evening. But now it was morning. Almost 12 hours had passed. And none of them remembered what happened during the night. Later they spoke to a local villager. The old man listened quietly. Then he said something chilling. "You are lucky. Most people who stay in that forest after sunset never find the road again, and even today, those four friends refuse to talk about what they might have seen in the dark.